Hi guys, just a quick look at the AOR AR5000. Just a quick talk about it. Sort of what's the attraction here on these radios? Well, I think the attraction is obviously they look quite nice. There's one of the things that they work really well. It's just why they're so popular after 30 years after they first came out, 30 something years, 25 to 30 years, depending on the model. When they first came out. So why they're so popular? Well, they receive really well, they're built really nicely, all the controls work really well on them, and they just don't make radios like this anymore. They're all SDR based inside, really. The Icom ICR 8600, which I've owned for some time, I don't have it anymore, but that was a SDR radio inside. The Uniden SDS 200E, that was another radio similar to the 100E. That's software defined system, SDS, so it's all software driven. This is like an old-fashioned, although it's very modern. I suppose it's the peak of what it got to before it went to software defined sort of radio. So yeah, just gonna have a quick tune around. So this is nice. The tuning system's really quite different to a lot of radios I've used. So there's two dials, these two here for tuning. This one's click stop, which goes in segments. You can see there it's giving me 5 kilohertz steps, but that can be changed in pressing step. This is for the main dial, which goes down to 1 hertz. There, 10 hertz, 50 hertz, 100 hertz, 500 hertz, which is nice. 1 kilohertz, 6.25, which is nice to have that step. 9 for medium wave, sort of short wave, long wave. One of those three, or all three, I'm not sure, but sort of AM listening stations. 10 kilohertz, 12.5, 20, 20. It's got everything, really, everything you need there. Look, all right up to half a megahertz there. Now you can also type in 2.5. Sorry, cock that up. You can also put a step, and you can put 8.333 and enter if you wanted to. Yeah, like that, and then it'll change this dial 8.33. The thing is, it won't do when you talk about airband steps. Obviously, it's not for this mode we're in now, not for lower or upper sideband on this band, but that's for air, civil air, a portion of the civil air band. I was just trying to demonstrate there that I normally keep this on about 100 hertz, 100 hertz, 100 kilohertz, 100 kilohertz. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, 100 hertz. Yeah, so I keep the big dial for sideband here on 100 hertz there, and the little dial on 5 kilohertz, like a channel selector to help me whiz through the bands quickly. Through this portion of the band, I keep it on there, and yeah, on there. So I should be able to pick something up quite quickly with that, and then do the fine tuning with this. What I was saying about the 8.33 kilohertz steps programmable is that it hasn't actually got 8 1/3. It is 8 1/3 for airband, civil airband in Europe. Some parts of Europe use that channelization step 8.33, or it's not 8.33, it's 8.33 infinity. So it's 8 1/3 kilohertz, which 3 of those obviously make up 3 times 8 is 24 plus 1 is 25 kilohertz steps. So they've split the channels out in Europe some time ago now, perhaps 20 years ago, 25 years ago maybe, and you can program this to be very close on 8.33, but it isn't close enough. You will have an error, like a compound error. Every so many channels you'll lose a hertz or so it's you can get round it, you can program it into channels and stuff, but you know, it's not really that one of my big part of the hobby for me. Isn't. So yeah, so back to the channel. So I really like this channel system. We can fine tune there on whatever we've set it to. You've got this little dimple here, which is quite nice, but not that usable because the VFO is really small. I think I pointed out in one of my other videos, the VFO is about as big as my watch face there. You know, it's about the same size. Yeah, it's very small, so it's a dinky little VFO, but it's a nice quality VFO, quite nice weight to it. I think it's sort of rubber and plastic and with a bit of aluminium or something at the back there. Yeah, So, and it's a gorgeous feel, very, very nice feel. It's also got a torque there, which is on or off. It makes it very tight. If you put that on, you have to put some effort into turning it, or you go to loose, which is just, so two choices, loose or tight. Loose isn't so loose, it'll spin on its own much, but tight's really tight, but you can still move it. Obviously this is, like I just said, this is great. This is because I can move around the band really quickly. 5 kilohertz there. I could even go IF bandwidth, put it to 6 kilohertz, so I can hear anything that's happening, and then narrow it down afterwards to 3. There's a bit of interference there. There we go. So I'll put the bandwidth now down to 3 kilohertz. There you go. I tell you what, I do know where there is a something on today. It's a net, a local net. Oh, I can't remember the frequency there. 6.5 maybe. 365. That's it. Wrong band. So you can whiz around quite quickly with this little, they call it the sub dial in the manual. Get there quite quick if you program it right. It was on 365. Obviously they're not on there anymore. That was probably a morning net or something. Anyway, that's it. Just a quick look at this radio and just a quick some of its features. It would make an incredibly long video if I was to go through all the features on the radio, but obviously some of the simple features in the sort of pinky red colour there, search, scan, priority channel there, that feels very stiff because I don't really use priority, and I think many people use that feature. VFO just whizzes through the VFO. You've got A, B, C, D, E, and that's it. So I keep them, as you can see, one on AM, one on AM shortwave, long wave, one on LSB, one on USB. Oh crap, I made to press that. C, where am I going? So C, one on USB, yeah. Oh no, I'll switch that off. One on FM there. That should actually be on FM. Mode. Oh, what am I doing? This is. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So one on FM. So I keep one on AM, one on AM shortwave, one on LSB, one on USB, one on FM. So I can just type in something like 27 point. The channel 19 in the UK, leave something like that in there, and then one on there which is the Super Bowl, one of the Super Bowl channels. If you get it skipped from America, so that's what I use the VFOs like that. It's a shame I don't think you can use the channels on this to do that, unfortunately. I think you can, but if you whiz to the channels, you have to use this dial that whizzes to the channels. So you can't just put a channel in and start tuning. If it's in channel mode, it would be. If it's in channel mode, then it would go through the channels you'd programmed. So it would go as in I've just gone through my VFOs. I don't particularly like that on this, but anyway, so VFO there, mode there, which I've just cocked up on trying to show everyone. So it's got AM, synchronous AM, lower, upper, synchronous AM, LSB, USB, CW, all the usual suspects on there. Step there. That's just, I've been to the step feature. Pass is part of the enter and program system, and also pass frequency when you're searching, and megahertz there for enter. You can put in just kilohertz and go 198 kilohertz and press kilohertz. It's really nice. And then all the other things in white there are function, and then that's what it does. RF gain's nice. It's actually not a great RF gain. You can go like function, RF gain, then the squelch button, as you can see this S meter, but it starts right at the bottom, which is good, I suppose. You can hear the signal going. And you lose your squelch then. So you've got noise squelch, which is just noise level, and you've also got a level squelch, which is the signal meter level, which is programmable in the menu, which is quite nice. ICOM did it the other way, where they go halfway noise squelch, and then after that is the signal brings the signal meter up level squelch, which is better than this version, I think. Anyway, what else is there? I'll have a quick look at. You got the attenuator there, which is either an auto, which is 0, or depending on where you are. Auto is defined by the radio. Attenuator is 0 is a preamp, 10 dB preamp. That knocks the preamp off, and that puts 10 dB attenuation on it, on the thing. And now that doesn't serve the same across all bands, because it's the radio decides some of that. Clear is clear, up and down go the same as this one, I believe. Yes, that's right. So you can tune with that and do various menu functions as well. But that's it, guys. Oh, sorry, the AGC. So the AGC, let's just have a quick look at this. So you get slow, off, and fast. Sorry, you've got fast, middle, slow, and off on AM and sideband. Normally I keep it on slow for SSB and AM, and on FM you've got fast and so you've got on or off, I think. Let's just have a quick check on that. FM, yeah, so function AGC, on or off. Yeah, you've only got on or off, which makes sense, which is quite nice. You can pretty much do a lot of things on this radio, and of course the bandwidth, this is quite famous for this radio, having about 6 different bandwidths at just 3, 6, 15, 30, 110 and 220 on any mode. You can also get a 0.5 kilohertz, 500 hertz filter, and you can get a 2.5 and 5.5 or 5, I believe, filters, Collins filters, which fit nicely into the radio, the mechanical filters. I think it's 5 and 2.5, and then you can get additional, and you can also get a 0.5, obviously more for CW. That's it, guys. So I say I'm not going to go through everything on it, because it would take a long time to go through. There's a lot of features. That's just a quick look at it. Oh, an antenna, of course, you can pick the antenna here. Look, antenna auto, antenna 1, antenna 2, antenna 3, antenna 4, which means it's got in there, it's actually got I'm on antenna 2 now. Oh crap. Yeah, I need to be on antenna 1. Yeah. Always need to keep them on. I've only got antenna 1 plugged in, so I need to keep it on antenna 1. Yeah, that's the antenna switch. You can buy a converter which converts the another module that plugs into the accessory 2 on the back, I think, and you can choose. It's like a antenna switch. You can choose between about four antennas, I think, which is nice in total. But it's got 2 inputs, one N type and one SO239 at the moment, and antenna 1 is the primary antenna on this. Obviously there's not a lot on today, of course there isn't. I'm doing a video, it's dead quiet. Okay guys, I'll be back with some more videos soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.